Hello.
Hello there, man.
How are you?
Good to meet you.
Good. Should we?
You coming in?
Yeah.
You come in the back.
Want me to bring the guitar now?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, guys. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
How old are you?
I'm 14.
14. You already know what you want to be?
Yeah.
I am proud of you. You kids these days. How you doing, Matt?
Good. Good. What we got?
That's my boy Harry.
What are you playing? Yeah.
He's vacation week, you know?
Yeah, us too.
Right. So, wow. Where do you live?
I live in Calais.
Okay. And what grade are you in?
I'm a freshman.
Okay. Let's go for a ride. How's Calais anyway? Did you grow up there?
No, I moved there in like 7th grade.
Yep.
And I lived in Robbinston before.
Oh, okay. But so when you lived in Robbinston, did you go to school in Calais or did you go to school in Eastport?
I went to school in Robbinston.
Robbinston has
Yeah.
their own little school. Huh?
Yeah, it's like
What was that
40
like?
kids.
How many?
40. And it's kindergarten through 8th grade.
Oh my gosh. Did you like that?
Yeah, it was small. I met my best friend there.
Who's your best friend?
Her name's Priscilla.
Okay. And where does she live?
She lives in Robbinston
Okay,
still.
but that's not far.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. So, here you are. Let's just talk a little bit about your background. Okay? So, how did you learn to play music anyway?
I grew up in a musical family.
I had a feeling your dad.
My dad was in a band, and my mom used to play piano, and both of my grandmothers sing.
Yep.
And then I just, ever since I was born, I would scream really loud, and they all thought that I was going to be a singer. And then I just started having a love for music when I could talk.
Is that it?
Yeah.
What kind of music do you like?
I like any kind. My favorites are like pop and alternative, and some like country pop.
Do you know the story about Meghan Trainor, by the way?
No.
Do you know how it all started for her?
No.
2 years ago, she was sitting in, she was like you. She wrote songs on the computer. And then, I mean, I knew her since she was a little kid. And she was constantly in her room writing songs. Her parents realized, her father was a music teacher, and she would write songs and then she would send them to anybody who would listen to them. Compete in songwriting contests and things like that. 2 years ago, I sat her in the chair, and she had just signed with someone in Nashville to sell some songs to. She decided that maybe LA was good because she got picked up by a bigger outfit for writing songs. She wrote all about that bass and tried to find somebody to do it, but they decided that they would give her a shot, so they put the money into a video. It was the video that sent her through the roof. She had never, she'd done some performing, but it didn't start like you normally would think, where a band performs, they get, you know, an album. She did one video and the song, and then everything else went crazy. So,
It's really
and
cool.
she sat here too and sang some songs just like you're going to do for us. Are you going to do that for us?
Yeah.
That'll be nice. All right. So, what about you, Dad? What's your story?
Mine? Well, I had kind of a non-traditional. I'm not a music teacher, actually. I'm a principal of the high school Meghan goes to at Calais.
You are the principal?
Yep. And
Hey.
I was started off with a degree in business administration, and I actually, when I first went into college, I wanted to be a coach, a football and a basketball coach, and didn't really have a passion for any real concentration that I wanted to teach. So I got, like I said, a business administration degree, and I coached varsity football and varsity basketball at several schools in Eastern Maine. And when we had Meghan, decided that I wasn't going to coach for a living and had to get a real job, so to speak, and had done some paraprofessional work as an ed tech when I was doing my coaching jobs with kids with special needs. Long story short, I ended up going back and getting my special ed teacher certification, and worked in several different special ed teacher jobs and really liked that field. And then decided that I wanted to try administration. So I went back and got my administrative certification, and Calais had an opening 10 years ago for an assistant principal. So I applied for it. I got it. So
Cool.
yeah, so kind of a
So how many
alternative
kids?
way
Yeah. How many kids do you have?
in school, or
How many
besides
kids in
Megan,
general? Yeah.
Besides Megan, I have Megan, and I have a stepson, Tyler. He's 22.
Okay. And how did you know Megan describes how music was such a big part early on, but what was that like as a parent?
Well,
how would you describe your child's...
Well, I was away a lot. Megan's mom was in a car accident when she was pregnant with Megan, and had several injuries basically from whiplash with her neck. Had some severe headaches, and we ended up going all over the East Coast trying to figure out what was wrong with her. She had some decompressive neck surgeries. She had a brain surgery.
Oh my goodness.
It was crazy.
Is she okay now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And most of the time. So both sets of our parents were, very good, and my in-laws practically brought up Megan at the time when I was working, and my wife was sick, so they were with her a lot of the time, and they were really the first people that thought she had the gift of singing. I guess we all were on board with that as we went along, and when the radio was on, when she could first start talking 2 and 3, she'd hum. She remembered words to songs, some we really didn't want her to learn. and so she she had to play guitars, play microphones.
Right.
And so it was all that stuff, but then she started doing her own videos, and not necessarily singing, just talking sometimes, and writing her own songs. And so we noticed she was pretty talented for that age. We got her involved in she took one guitar lesson and didn't like it, so she self-taught herself to play the guitar, really.
That's
great. No singing lessons to this point still.
Yep.
And we have this thing called a coffee house at Calais High School, and it's something that's put on by the band director there, and local acts come in. It's to raise money for the band program, and they do it on a Friday night in November, and you play 1 to 3 or 4 songs, and there's different people that come in. There's fiddlers, there's
sure,
guitar players, piano players, groups, and she asked Megan had to audition, and she let Megan play a song back in 2010, and she came in and did a great job. Everyone blew the place away.
Wow. Huh?
And so it kind of started then, and we've just kind of, as people have seen her and remarked how talented she is, we've just kind of let her do her thing, and things have built up, and we ended up connecting with Bo Fuller from Nashville about 1.5 years ago.
Oh, really?
And that's how we ended up recording. She went there to write about 1 year ago. Actually, it was April vacation last year. We went down there for a week, and she co-wrote songs with him.
See that? What a coincidence.
And she ended up going back twice.
We have the same name
record,
too.
So.
Wow, that is great. So tell me about the way you write songs and where the inspiration comes from.